5 meters of fabric for a one-way design, or if it was any-way design, you get away with 2.5 meters. I need to measure 4 lengths of 125 centimeters because that's how tall I want the teepees to be. Fold each piece down the centre like this. And try and find a straight line. There we go. So I've got my 4 walls. Line. Those are going to be the channels. So I'll add those when I sew these together. That comes to here. There's that point there. And then I'll sew some bias in there, so I need to slit across there as well so I can get the bias in there. Right, I'm going to go and sew that down. Alright, so I've got the bias binding. I'm just sewing it to the edge now, like this. So just tuck that in right to the fold. So stay close to the edge. I just need to do something to the top here, just to secure that, so that we've got... So when it's being pulled all the time, we've got something there to protect it. On the bias strip. Just lay a piece underneath like that, so it comes below the split like that, and you can feel it there. And if it's too fiddly for you, just use some pins, and there we go. Right, so there we go, and we're just going to sew a square all the way round, and that will help secure the top.
Once you've got one side done, it's usually very simple to just go round all around all the edges. There we go. And you can do a
crisscross as well if you want to, but that will be fine. And that's on the inside, it doesn't matter. So that's a quick way of finishing it off. You can spend some time and do it really neatly. But I'm going to whiz through these. I'm making scrubs at the moment, so I want to just whiz through them. And even though it looks messy, it will actually hold and it'll be fine. So compromising that over. Anyway, it looks good. It looks fine. Right. One thing you can do while you're here is just add a couple of bits there to for the ties. But because it's for children, I'm not going to put ties on. For little children, I'm not going to put ties on. Right, let's work on one of the windows as well. So I'm on the crease, that centre crease. So mark it at 45 and at 60. At 65, sorry. So that gives me a window that's 20 centimetres big. And then I'll make sure I've got 10 centimetres that way and 10 centimetres that way. And then do the same up here, at the top one. 10 centimetres that way, 10 centimetres that way. And then just join those up, that will be 20 centimetres there. And then just join those up as well. So I'm using one of the panels that we don't need. I'm going to lay this fabric on top. So I've got the window piece on there. and I've made sure there's plenty around where I need to sew my window. Pin that so it doesn't move and just sew those 4 lines. So there we go. Now, might be easier this way because you might be able to see the square better. What I need to do is I need to get rid of this bit in the middle. So I'm going to cut into it. Square. So what we need to do is we need to pull that in like this. And choose a colour you can see because I've got mine a bit wonky. Right, I need to go and press that. And then there's my window. Stitch 2 rows of stitching all the way around. I've pinked the edges here so it looks nice and neat. So there's nothing to fray there. Right, from the top, we actually need to remove 10 centimetres. Just going to finish them all off on the sewing machine like this. Next one ready. I'm going to attach one wall, grab one of the casings, fold it like that, make sure the flamingos go the right way, which they do. I'm going to place it there, and I'm just choosing an arbitrary place so it's about the middle, like that, because there's not much left there. I could actually just fold that like that, crease the middle, find the middle there as well, crease that point. and then match the two middles like that. Just one way of doing it, isn't it? Alright, so get that there like that. Make sure they all match. And then very carefully, I'm going to place either the window or the door. So it's up to you how you want to do this. You might want the door and the window next to each other. I'm going to put the window at the back. So very carefully place that on there, because you don't want to stretch the fabric, because it's all cut on the diagonal of the fabric. And when it's cut on the diagonal of the fabric, it stretches. And if it stretches, you're going to get a very wonky finish. So be very careful to try and keep it as naturally set on the table against each other as possible, like that. So I'm putting my pins far away so that I don't need to keep taking them out. There we go. And there's your channel for your wooden pole. And because I've done it quite wide, it's a case of you don't know actually what is available in lockdown. So I've made it quite wide so that if we're stuck with broom handles, that's going to be fine. So there we go. That's what we've got. So we need to do the same now for the other sides.